afternoon. If you're here, if you could comment, then I will be able to tell that someone is watching. And I'm going to try to get it a little bit straighter because I can, and turn the volume off on my laptop so we don't get an echo. Might be just a little bit late because my laptop was not connected to the internet and I had to fix that. Okay, let me see if that helps some. I always seem to go the wrong way. I tried to make it today so you could see to the very end of my paper because lots of times I'm working down here and you don't see it because I don't have everything set up right, but I think I'm pretty good today. First, I'm Debbie Broughton, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Robert, Missouri, and I'm so glad that you could join me this afternoon. First, I wanted to show you my online card class for February, which if you spend $50, between $50 and $149 and use this hostess code here, you get my class for free. And it is 4 cards and you get everything except for the stamped images in a packet. And then I'll do a video to show how to put it all together. So this is card number 1. And this is my fun fold. I started in 2023. Now at least one of the cards is going to be a fun fold. This is called a book card, fun card fold, because it has this scored here and everything, so it kind of looks like it has a binding like a book would. This is using the new shimmer paper, which I know it's kind of hard to see on the video, but this paper is just so very shiny. And then, of course, I used the free celebration set, the owl, for mine. But you could use a flower. You could use any image that you wanted to there. This is the Beautifully Happy card. And it is also free for celebration when you spend $100. And again, you'll get everything except for what I stamped here in the middle, but I'm sure that in your collection you have some flowers or a beach scene or something that will go with these colors to finish off the card. And then this is more of the shimmer paper. This is the Fresh Freesia color on To Gorgeous Grape, and I couldn't decide where to put a greeting, so for right now it's just plain on the front, but this paper just makes the card. So now let's get started. Don't forget, if you're here and you could type me a little message, I'll know that I'm just not talking to myself or to my dog. One more thing I want to show you before we get to the end country is I have this card here that I used the same die as this Fresh Freesia one, but I did it in gold, and then I cut out the two-tone flowers with their dies. And I just wanted to show you that because I was on the other day and forgot to show this one. But again, it's a very shiny card. But let's get started with the In the Country. First of all, here's the stamp set. Like I said, it's free if you purchase $50, excluding shipping and tax. You can choose this from the Celebration catalog as your free item. And it has 2 stamps. And this one's kind of maybe like vintage or country. And at first I thought, oh, that one, I don't know what I could do with that one if I got it. But then I saw some samples online and thought, okay, I'm going to try. So here we go. This is my attempt at watercoloring with the water painter brushes and ink pads. I am not very good at watercoloring. My trees back here kind of look like blobs. but it's a very nice one to practice on because it's pretty easy. I just used some Granny Apple Green for the grass and Mossy Meadow, some Mossy Meadow and Old Olive for the trees, soft suede for the fence, and for this, it's supposed to make it look like it's a ditch or the side, you know, the side of the road, and then the road is actually crumb cake. And I got these words from, let me see, I have all my words, Something Fancy. And I used the label from the Sweet Candy Cane die sets just because I wanted to use this. I have some of this Mossy Meadow cord left over, and I wanted to use that. So that, and then I added a little butterfly. What I'm going to try to do is use more of my Wink of Stella. So I know that it's hard to see on videos, but the whole sky is shiny from the Stella. And an embellishment with a little butterfly. Okay, now here's my attempt at coloring with the Stampin' Blends. And then I embossed the crumb cake back here with the Timber embossing folder. And I kind of just used light crumb cake and dark crumb cake and some of the flesh tone markers that we have, and some balmy blue up there for the door, and then the door is shiny from Wink of Stella. And these dots here, I'm always forgetting that I have these pearlized enamel effects basics, and they come in 3 colors: black, red, and white. And so I used white, and then I used my light crumb cake Stampin' Blend to color them to match the picture. So if you use the white, you can change them to any color. So I got those back out so I could use them when I was making these cards. And this is the seam binding tape. Hi, Marianne. I'm so glad that you could join us this afternoon. Okay, this one is, I used the Cajun Craze watercolor pencils, and I did lightly up here and darker down here, and I was trying to make it kind of match this background paper, which is from the Delicate Desert suite. And again, I used the white, and then I colored them Cajun Craze with the blends. This one is just kind of, I didn't get into like all the detail of color that I did on the other one. This one would just be a faster version. And here's one I tried. Oh, I forgot to say I embossed it with copper before I colored it in. And here's one I tried. I was trying to match like the paper. So I just brushed on some Cajun Craze and some Smoky Slate. But then I decided I really didn't like that one. So it's just an extra piece in my stack. And I did this one on watercolor paper. And I also did this one on watercolor paper. All right, now we come to my next one, which I really like this one. This one is using, again, the fence image. And I just stamped it in Night of Navy. Used the fancy florets dies. This, I want to say this comes from Painted Moments. Or, wait, hold on. I think I have it here. It's an older set of dies that I had. Well, I thought it was laying here. But maybe it's not. Let me look. I still have a few. I have everything I used kind of laying here. Probably except for that one. I'm pretty sure it was like Painted Labels or something like that. I'll have to look that one up, but that's what I used for the greeting. And then I did the white again, pearlized effects, and left them white. And then since I had the opposite of it, after I cut this one out, I had a blue middle and a white frame. So I just did another card. I still have to put a greeting on it and add the dots to it. But this one is pretty versatile now that I got it. And like I said, you can make it be very easy by just stamping it in Night of Navy or another color even, and change your background and add a little bit of DSP. Here's one I did in just black and white with the building and the steps. So I used the brick embossing folder. I stamped it with Memento Black. Put a little ribbon here. I had some leftover of this black ribbon with the silver specks in it. You have to be careful when you're tying bows with this ribbon. Those silver flecks like to fall off. And then you end up with some parts of it that's just ribbon with no specks. But this is another fast and easy one that you could do with it. And, you know, would be a good masculine card for a birthday or a thinking of you. Maybe leave off the ribbon. And this time I used the black of the enamel. I don't know why I can't remember that name. Enamel effects is what they're called. And it just kind of gives it a little bit. And there's Wink of Stella all in the background here. And there's Wink of Stella on these two, on the frame and on the background. Now you can hear my dog. He's saying hello to somebody outside probably. So those are the samples that I made for In the Country. You're right, Marianne, a Stamp and Go one. Marianne and I used to do Stamp and Go cards all the time when we first started, when I lived in Indiana, because they're just so nice and fast. You can just run to your stamping room, emboss a piece of paper, stamp, glue it all together, and you're ready to put it in an envelope for a birthday party or to get in the mail for somebody who's not feeling well. And these other ones take a little bit more time. So stay tuned tomorrow, because I got some more things out of the celebration and the mini catalog that I want to show you. So I thought I would just try to hop on in the afternoon every day this week, except for Wednesday, because I have ladies' Bible study on Wednesday, so I won't be here. And just show you some of the other new product that I got, because it's getting halfway through celebration now. And you want to remember to get your free items. Well, I hope you have a good afternoon. And thanks, Marianne, for joining me. Bye.